possible that all of you in the 12th standard, 10th standard are capable of securing a 10 grade point. But the only thing is you have to put your mind to it. I always believe that if somebody forces you to do something and you do it, it will not be done perfectly. That is my experience over so many years of meeting children and talking to them and talking to a lot of people. It's not the case with only the children. Anybody who is forced to do something will not do it properly. But if you do something because you have to gain something for it, or because you like that particular thing, you will be doing it perfectly. Isn't it? If I take the example for the games period, don't you go to the ground and play to your heart's content because it is giving you pleasure and it is giving you satisfaction. So that should be the case, because now you know that this is a very field of activity which he has not touched and which he has not achieved great success in. So he is the best person to talk to you, and I am sure after he has spoken to you, your aim in life and your direction and purpose of appearing for the board examination will be in the right track. I don't want to take a lot of your time. Wherever you have any doubts or any clarification, please stand one at a time and clarify whatever you want after this talk is over. Thank you. I request.
A plus in all subjects. Lift your hands up. Everybody is seeing the other person because they are sure I will not get. They want to see whether somebody else is there or not. Be confident, yeah? The tradition of the school says that there will be more than 1 dozen, 10, 12, right? And this batch is the worst batch? Is it so? Then? I think I spoke to the earlier batch also. Last year also I was here. 11th class I spoke. 12th class also I spoke. I think this is the worst class. Because nobody is lifting hand. Is it that bad? No, be confident. Whether you get it or not, I am not going to charge you any extra fine or something. No, because you lift a hand, you did not get me 1,000 rupees. I am not going to ask you that. Show me. Who is going to? Don't be doubtful. Just lift your hands up. Okay, if you are not sure, you are sure your neighbor who is there will lift their hands up. Forcefully. Let me see how many. Okay, now I will ask another question. How many of you want to have A plus in all subjects? Lift your hands up. Okay, good. So you will buy a lot of A plus and give it to all of you free. Is that okay? Huh? You all have your notebooks, right? Why? Because the teachers told you should have a note and paper with you. Huh? I am going to check at the end of the class your notebooks of today, what you have noted. Whoever has maximum number of pages will get a good prize. 1,000 rupees from me. Let me see how many of you will write as many as you can, points as you can. Context number 1, right? Ready? Okay. Now everybody will start writing stories. Those points have to be valid points. And don't write capital A in one page and B in second page. A to Z. No. What I want is, if you are a good student, you should have one habit, the habit of note taking and note making after that. If you don't have, you cannot be a good student. Lot of things you will hear, but you will forget. What is told in the class, if you want to recollect, you should always have a note with you. So it becomes very easy for you to recollect, right? So let me see how many of you will have notes. So all of you want to have A plus, but none of you are confident you will have A plus, right? Yes or no? Can you clap once? Continuous. Stop. Now I understood all of you are not listening to me. I said stop, but still you are clapping. You should stop when I say stop. Okay? Ready or not? How many of you did not have breakfast? Lift your hands up. Again, see whether somebody else had or not. I don't want that habit. You must be confident. Do you have memory? Brain is working? Do you remember whether you had breakfast today or not? Then why are you looking at somebody else? If you did not have, lift your hands up. You are all liars, I am sure. Because in normal schools in Kannur, central city, 20 to 30% of the students will not have breakfast in the morning. That's my statistics. Whether I am wrong or not. Or SN Vidyamandir gives you breakfast at the gate? No, right? Show me, how many of you did not have breakfast? Lift your hands up. Again looking beside. No? All of you had? I doubt. Yeah. What breakfast you had? Full stomach or half? Then why are you clapping like this? Did I ask you to clap? Did you clap 100% with the full force? No. Let me see whether you have full energy to clap. 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 Very bad. I'll give you 2 marks out of 100. Very bad clap. How much you want to make it? 100? Like this? No. Make it very good so that I will see your faces and I can see whether you have clapped well or not from your face. Not the sound. Sound I don't care. But I will see your faces and see whether you have clapped well or not. It's seen from your face. Because when you do something good, you will feel happy about it. And the whole effort will be seen in your way of clapping. Try. Clap. Stop. No. 10 marks. Let us have a good bargain. You want 100? Yes. Not like this. The yes itself is yes. Say yes. Yes. Not enough. Clap. Clap. With one finger can you clap? Try. One finger. Good rain you will get. Heavy rain. No. 2 fingers. 3. Pora. 4. 5. Clap. Only 3 or 4 people clapped 100%. Rest of them did not. Now I will tell you, if you don't want to attend a class, you can just go out. But if you want to attend class, one contract with me. I will come and check your hands. If it is not red, I will make your cheeks red. You want to go out or sit in the class? So you're sure you're going to make your hands red? Yes. Only one more chance for clapping. It has to be really red. Randomly I'll come and check once. And if his or her hands is not red, I will make your cheeks red. No complaints on me after that. Yes. Ready? Yes. Clap. Now I am seeing in your face that you have done something. If that would have been seen in the first clapping, I would have not asked you to clap again. Now everybody is seeing the hand doing. Good. This is the basic habit of most of the people in the world. I have to ask you once, twice, thrice, tell you will get 1 mark, 2 marks, 10 marks. Make it 100, try it again. Still people will not do. Then somebody has to tell you, I am going to beat you, do it. Then you will do it. So is that your character? Is it shame on you? Yes or no? Yes. Who said no? Beat that fellow who is sitting beside him. So what you should have is, you should do anything what you do 100% good. Correct? You have not done it. Have you done it? Knowingly you have not done 100%, right? All of you lift your hands up. Take it on your head. എൻ്റെ ജന്മം തൊലഞ്ഞു പോയല്ലോ എന്ന് പറ. നിങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല കുട്ടികളായി ഇനിയായിരിക്കും. റൈറ്റ്? അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ലയോ? ഉണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ? ഐ ആം ഷുവർ. And they will keep talking about you to their friends. Imagine you hear your parents talking about you to their friends or neighbors. എൻ്റെ മോള് എത്ര നല്ല കുട്ടിയാണെന്നറിയോ, എൻ്റെ മോൻ എത്ര നല്ല മോനാണെന്നറിയോ. You imagine you hear that over here, how joyful you will be. Yes or no? Yes. Have you ever heard that? What do you hear generally? Complaints, right? Had you enough in your life getting such complaints and say, my wretched father, useless mother, I don't know, my neighbor's father is very good. Because they are good. I am sure you have no complaints about your parents because they are good. So who is bad? You are bad? No. I always love children because you are much, much better than parents like us. You have not been trained properly, not been guided properly, not directed properly. People call you as useless fellows. Yes? But I will not call you as useless fellows. I will call you as useless fellows. So who has not used you? You have not used you properly. I just proved that you have not used you properly, right? Do you want to use you properly? Yes. Now you use you properly sometime in your life, because in 24 hours, how many hours you sleep average? 8 hours? Yes. So from childhood onwards, in 24 hours, 8 hours you are sleeping. So 15 years by 3, 5 hours you are sleeping. Correct? So now you studied 2 years, slept how many years? Right. 5 years you slept. So 5 plus 2, 7 years is over. Out of 15 years, 7 years you have an account now. What you have done the rest of 8 years? You know how many years you must have taken food? Another 2 years. Okay? How many years you must have used for traveling, dressing up, getting ready, being social? Another 2-3 years. So 3 plus 2, 5 years is over. But 3 years becomes unaccounted. You don't know what you have done in your life. I am sure now you are 15 years old, right? Another 45 years if you live. You become 60. That time in your life, you must have left unaccounted probably 10 to 15 years. If you go like this. But how many years you will study from now? Maximum 1 year. Because up to 10th class is the maximum learning. Even if you do 1 PG or 2 PGs in your life, you will not study more than 1 or 2 years. So your life, if you start accounting, you will understand you are not doing the best which you can do. Most of the time goes unaccounted. Useless. Time goes useless. But if you want, what you can do? You can make it quite useful. And if you don't use it now, in the best style, you are going to suffer later. Last 1 month back, exactly 1 month back, during the Christmas vacation, we had a camp here opposite to this school. You have Sripuram school, right? 5 days there was a camp. I was there all the 5 days. The camp was for 11th class children, who were the brightest science students in the 11th class. From Kasaragod to Kochi, we had students participating here. 150 children, only 150 from 7 districts, selected best 150 from 7 districts. To make them to aspire high in science. We had professors from ISER, NISER, IASC, IIT, and one scientist from Department of Space, ex-scientist from Department of Space. We were the mentors, we were called the mentors. We had spent 5 days with them to teach them what is nanotechnology, what is biotechnology, what is space science, what are different areas of research in science where you can pursue science research. Okay? Who got selected? The best student. How do you know the best student? They don't conduct examinations. They just take the 10th class marks and then see who are the best 10th class scholars. Who scored maximum, they get an admission. Last week, on 21st to 25th, still it is continuing. Today is the last day. I was mentor for first 2 days. 21st, first class was mine. That happened in Kochi. In Kerala, there are 4 centers. The next program was in Kochi. There were 300 students selected from different places. They were also given such a training program. And my talk was on how to become innovative, creative. How do you become creative scientist, creative engineer? How do you become an innovative scientist, innovative engineer? How can you be an inventor in your life? That was my topic. 300 students. I think 4 students were absent. 296 students were present. I am sure at least 50% of them will write examinations like NISER and ISER, which is National Center for Science Education and Research. That's the aim, because that institute wanted to be like this. The government budget for that program is 200 crores, conducting this seminar alone. In the whole India it happens. For a year, 200 crores. You know how much money the government is spending to make children like you real scientists in government of India. Or maybe the real scientist for the nation. You may go abroad, but still you are part of this nation, right? I was showing examples of what America exports from India, or what America imports to America. Scotch from Scotland, car from Japan, and so many. Electronics from Taiwan, so many answers are there. And what from India? Brain, people from India. Because the best brains are from Indians. Best companies in America are all owned by the IITians. There are the best institutes in the world like MIT, Stanford, all the colleges put together. Such best 7 institutes put together is one of our IITs. Because we train that many students for IITs, engineers, and all of them do business abroad. They don't work under somebody. They're all business people because they get a lot of confidence. There was an interview conducted and asked, how are you planning to start companies? Because they said we are brave. We can start companies, we can employ people. That is one of the activity which is done by Government of India for making scientists, making engineers in the country. Take one example, ISER. One institute where you appear for examination and you got selected, but you have to go to Bhopal because there are 5 centers. One of the centers is in Bhopal or Bhubaneswar, maybe Calcutta or Pune, or Trivandrum is one. Kerala we have one center locally. Out of 5 centers plus 1 NISER, 6 centers, one of them is in Kerala. Assume you got somewhere too far and your parents says don't go. And you have to join for your graduation in the neighboring college. Fine? Every month you get 5,000 rupees. Just because you wrote an examination, got qualified to become a student in one of the institute, you don't join there, you join in any of the colleges, you get 5,000 rupees stipend. And 20,000 rupees for doing a project. 2 lakhs rupees you will get in 3 years. Do you think it's great? You understood what I'm saying? A normal student, I have a student who is in Payur College, she is getting money like this. Do you want to be one student among all the other students? You get money and all other students pay. You understood what I'm saying? So, how was the starting point? Your marks in 10th class. Because many people doesn't know that there is a scheme like this. Where do we tell this? We won't tell to everybody in the country. We will tell only to the brightest of the students because they can only write examination. So information is given not to every schools and colleges. We will give only to the selected children, and we are supposed to have teachers who are attending that seminar. Last in Sripuram, one of the teacher got an award. You know why? Because the teacher came and attended all the sessions. Were listening to the class. Nobody asked her to attend, but she had an interest for attending and she attended. And somebody identified there is one teacher who came all the day, then we give an award to them. We want to improve the science education. Because I am a scientist, I love science. That's why I am saying this. But I became a scientist. I wanted to start my job in my department. I found the first book which I have to start learning is geography book. Because without geography I am not able to do anything. Science is useless unless it is applied, right? Where do you apply? To society. You have statistics, mathematics. For what? To take the statistics of people around. To know their health conditions. To know their economic conditions. All economics, physics, maths, chemistry, you will see no differences when you learn higher and higher. That's why up to 10th class you have given learnings in all the subjects. Some students like a lot of mathematics. Lift the hands who are all real lovers of mathematics. Lift your hands up. I am not going to ask you questions and trouble you. Don't worry. Okay. Among this, how many of you don't like history? I love maths but not history. Lift your hands up. Good. Now I will tell you how to learn history with mathematics. You understood what I am saying? I am good in maths. I learned history through mathematics. Tomorrow I have got class for IAS students. IAS aspirants from Kannur is arranging a class in which IAS questions will not be maths. General knowledge is what? History. How do you learn history? Very difficult to remember the dates, what happened, who went where and all that, right? We can just, if you are, I am a mathematician, so all my history is in mathematics. You understood what I am saying? Do you have an English book, one poetry by Sachidanandan? Do you have? No? Whose poetries you have? Any one poet? Do you remember his date of birth? Do you remember about his life? It's very difficult to remember, right? It's very easy to remember. Only thing, there is a trick of learning and remembering. It's very easy if you have a trick of learning. And the whole history can be one chart in front of you. I remember when I was a 10th class, 11th class student and all, I used to make a nice chart. The history chart is there with me. And afterwards, I used to make it in one Excel sheet in computer. The whole history, whatever happened, religious, maybe cultural history, maybe the ruler's history, maybe the literate's history, everything is one Excel file. You have one number line, 0, and you have BC here and AD here. So what is history? Number line. BC is this side, AD is the other side, right? Correct or not? Whatever happens, can you mark there and then write on top in the y direction? So your history becomes a chart for you. Do you love Malayalam poetry? There is one great poet in Kerala who writes only short poems. Any name? Have you heard about Kunyuni? You know what he has wrote about history? There is a poetry he wrote about history. Anybody? 500 rupees I'll give you if you give that answer. Come on. You are not good readers, that's why you don't. ABCD-യിലുണ്ടൊരു തത്വം, കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം. ABCD-യിലുണ്ടൊരു തത്വം, കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം, ഏടിക്കുള്ളിൽ കുടുങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുന്നു BC എന്നാണ് ആ തത്വം. Heard this? ABCD-യിലുണ്ടൊരു തത്വം, കാലത്തിൻ തത്വം. In ABC the whole history is made. ഏടിക്കുള്ളിൽ കുടുങ്ങിക്കിടക്കുന്നു BC എന്നാണ് ആ തത്വം. See how nice is that, right? Anything which happens here you can relate to BC. Anything which happened in BC you can relate to it. You need to have great knowledge and your brain is really good. But what happens is you are not using it in the right style. That's why you should call yourself as used less fellows. Is there a difference between physics? How many of you love physics but not geography? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I must have taught maximum number of geography teachers in this India world. 6,000 in training programs I conducted only for geography teachers, because a geography teacher has to be very good in mathematics. You have latitude, longitude, time differences, climate and all that, right? What is all this? It starts from a sphere of radius 6,200, how much time it rotates and how much time it takes to rotate. What is the circumferences? If you know, you will know the latitude divisions, longitude divisions, time scale divisions, climate. The sun comes from here to there. All this what is you learned in geography, right? What is geography? Mathematics. All sciences you will see in most of the social sciences. So if you are a really good student who loves social science, I am sure inside you there is a science. Otherwise you cannot love. And if you are a real science student, definitely you will love social science also. And anything to communicate, to write it, you must have good language. Therefore a good student is one who loves all subjects equally. What I am saying? You have cosmology. You have solar system. Planets going around it. Don't you have? And what are the path which goes around is called orbit. Which science is this? Physics. You will learn orbit, Kepler's law and all that. That is in science, right? That is in physics. Yes. Now take one of the planet there. Which is the most interesting planet for you? Earth. What is the study of Earth called? Geography. So geography becomes part of physics. Correct? In which place, what, when happened is history. Go under the earth, it becomes geophysics. Go on top of earth, it becomes atmospheric science. On the top, what happens? Your earth becomes a world. That is what is development. Development comes only with economics, only with the culture, only with the rulers. How do they rule the country? That is civics, politics. Now you look around, you will see a lot of animals and plants and all that, right? What is that? Biology. So biology is only little part of geography. Where what will grow depends on climate. You have in Kashmir, you will see grass. Therefore you will see animals which eats grass. They are only sheep. Because there are sheep, you can have only blanket. As the market product will become blanket, therefore your product will become that, your commerce will become that. You can learn commerce also. Business also you can learn. Suppose you have a land where you have got lot of minerals, your general product that will become metals. So where what is available? Because Kerala has got a coastal region, exports from Kerala is fish. The geography talks about economics, talks about commerce, imports and exports. Correct or not? How many people will come here depends on the climate here. The tourism depends on climate, geography. So geography can tell you tourism. So every subject is connected. Now take the biology, go inside that, zoom up to the cell size. It is biology, right? 10 power minus 6 you zoom. Microbiology. 10 power minus 6 is biology. Microbiology. You zoom further, it becomes 10 power minus 9. 10 power minus 9 is nano. Do you say nanobiology? What is the subject? Nanotechnology. Because from minus 6 to minus 9, biology loses its identity and biology becomes technology. Why technology is physics and chemistry? Chemical technology, physical technology. Nobody says biotechnology. Actually, biotechnology is a wrong word because there are a lot of chemistry and physics is what is learned. All that together, physical, chemical, together is called a nanotechnology today. Earlier biotechnology was called. Now biotechnology has gone. Nobody joins for biotechnology courses. Biotechnology's scope is gone because nanotechnology, people found that nano, you cannot call it biology and stop there. You have to change the technology to physics and chemistry. Therefore, it has become nanotechnology. Now go further, you will see atoms. 10 power minus 13 you go, you get atoms. Have you seen atoms? Have you seen atoms in your life? Shall I show you now? Would you like to see atoms? Yes. With your naked eye? No magics, real. I'll show you atoms now. Have you seen light passing in a dark room? And small particles moving there? Yes. Take a bucket of water, put a torchlight, you will see some particles moving there. Same particles you will see in the dark room, the light goes, right? Is it dust? No. The purest of the pure water also, if you put light, you will see particles inside that. That is not dust. That is called Rajaha. What's it called? Rajaha. That is 30 atoms. Now can you imagine the size of Rajaha? I'm sure, yes, right? Now if you want to see one atom, divide that into 30 pieces. Jalandhara gade bhano yat sushmam drishyate rajaha tasya trimshattamo bhagaha paramanu ritispradha. What you see is an atom. Are you able to imagine now? If you are not, I will chant the next sloka. Next line of the sloka. Jnaneenam drishti gojaraha. Buddhi undengile aloikkan pattum. If you have intelligence, you can imagine that. Now do you see that? Yes. And because you don't want to say that you don't have buddhi, right? So 30 atoms I showed you, right? Can you imagine like this, see like this, and then think about whatever you learn? A good student should have good imaginative power. And all of you have it. Generally, it is very difficult for kids to sit down and read with this imaginative power. If you are a good student, you will not read 1 hour. Very difficult to be imaginative 1 hour continuous. That's why best students sometimes will not have good concentration. They will start thinking so many things. And they become a failure. But it's essential to become focused. So once in a while you will have to shake your head and say that, oh, come on, I am here. Let me study once again. How many of you read continuously for more than 1 hour at home? Without a break? Okay. 30 minutes continuous. Again, why are you? Lift your hands with courage, yeah? I am not going to punish you because you are reading half an hour. Am I? Be courageous. Okay, good. The rest of the people don't read at all. Very good. Wonderful. I suggest you don't read more than 15 minutes. Happy? Every 15 minutes you take a break. You have brothers and sisters at home? Knock them, kick them, pull their hair, pull their chutney, do some fighting, have a fun for 2 minutes. And you say, commercial break is over, stop, I am going to study. No, they will also. If they are your brothers, whatever you listened from me, tell them like this. Let us come back after 15 minutes for next break. Right? 15 minutes, let us study. Don't you think your parents will look at you and say, something happened, now they are very serious? Will they scold you for fun, playing and all that? I'm sure they will not. Because, why they scold you? Because this 15 minutes and 2 breaks never happens. 15 minutes and 1 hour break happens, right? Correct or not? Do you want to change that? There may be cereal going inside the house, you will start going for water 10 times. Because that's the time when you can see water. Stop all that. Get a bottle of water beside your table. Every one of you, where you are studying, you should have 1 bottle of water with you. Because 15 minutes of concentrated learning is equivalent to 1 hour of walking. When you walk 1 hour, don't you drink water? I'm sure you will drink water, right? If you are not feeling thirsty after reading, that means your concentration is not there. So drink water. It's a must. I'm sure when you drink a lot of water, 11 o'clock, will you get sleep? You will not. One, you will not become tired because you will have to go for every 15 minutes. If you drink water, we will have to go 15 minutes where? You understood? Okay. Now why do you get scolding at home? In the beginning, morning itself scolding starts. For what? Get. You wake up but you don't get up. Sure? You all wake up and you will pretend that you are sleeping. It's called the Tushni Bhavam in Sanskrit. And nicely you will listen, paper boy is putting paper, gate is opening, mother is washing vessel, somebody is opening the door, nice sound. What are you doing? Enjoying. Enjoying what? So nice to sleep in the morning, right? Very difficult to get up. The best time in life could be early morning. Inside the bedsheet. Very good. If mother calls, you will put the bedsheet again and you will say, night I was reading so... No, I am not. Let me sleep another half an hour. Are you sleeping? No. You are pretending that you are sleeping. Correct? If sister or brother calls you, your legs will work. Sometimes if father calls, you will jump in because that's the last call, right? And then you will start hearing, you know, they also enjoy, because for them the complaining is the easiest thing which they can do in their life. I am sure if mother wants, they can wake you up tomorrow morning. Correct? But they don't, because they love you so much. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അതാണ് ഇഷ്ടം, അങ്ങനെ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ. പിന്നെ വിളിച്ചു എന്ന് അറിയിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇത് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. കാരണം അവർക്ക് ഒരു കോൺട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ എന്തുണ്ട് അറിയണമല്ലോ അല്ലേ? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്നേഹമുണ്ടെന്ന് അറിയണം, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ളത് ചെയ്യും വേണം, എന്നാ മനസ്സിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ വിളിക്കണം എന്ന് ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട്. They spend a lot of time like this, aren't they? Imagine tomorrow, without anybody's call, you get up early morning, as soon as you wake up, start reading textbook. What do they do? You'll be so happy, right? Yes? Yes. Your marks from 20 or 30 from your parents will go to 100. Your students' marks from less than 100 will become more than 100. Do you want the change? Yes, but don't ask me to get up early morning. I teach young children, ask them, what do you do as soon as you wake up? We go back to sleep instead of getting up. I'll give you a small trick which you can change your life. Do you want tomorrow to get up without laziness? Very smart. As soon as you wake up, you will get up and start running with full energy and spirit. You want that? Yes? Yes? Yes. Tell me louder, yeah? Yes. Drink 3 liters of water before going to bed tonight. Will you get up? I am I'm sure if you don't get up, your parents will call me and say, who spoiled the bed? Because of this fellow. I'm sure if you get up and become smarter, your parents will start asking, who is the person who gave lecture? I got a lot of telephone calls from parents saying that my son changed, my daughter changed. Now she is very good. Now you are 15 years old, right? Do you want 100 marks from your parents? Just imagine you are 25. Behave to your parents as if you are 25 years old. Behave to everybody at home. You are so mature. What will happen? You will become so serious in life? Will somebody has to scold you not studying? If you are 25, will somebody scold you? Automatically you become grown up and all your behavior will become that style. You know, you will listen your parents going and tell their neighbors, something happened to my son, something happened to my daughter, now she is very mature. Nobody has to tell her to read, but she is reading. And then before the exam day, they will say, which movie you want to see? Yeah? Go and see movie. Don't study today because you have studied enough. You don't have to study twice in your life. See, you are in 10th class now. Your physics, maths, chemistry, all that subjects. I am sure in 11th class you are going to choose either commerce or humanities or maths or biology or something, right? Will you get a chance to learn this in your life again? Learning is like a picnic. When you go for a picnic, somebody asks you to get inside the bus. Assume you are going to Kodaikanal or Ooty or somewhere. Definitely the last look also you will see, oh, this is where I have come and spend my time. If you are not going to that place again, you will watch that very carefully and you want to have the last glimpses of that area, right? Don't you think you are the last chance to read your textbooks now? So how you should read? Carefully, 100%. And you are not going to read it again. You know why people don't put things in the brain? Because we know that I am going to do it again. If somebody is asked to clean this table and somebody cleaned this, and as an inspection team, I come here and then say it's not clean, clean it again. The first time cleaning person will say again this person is going to ask me to clean, so I will not clean it now. If somebody says you have cleaned it, good, I am not going to check it. How do you clean? With full sincerity, right? So definitely your reading should be the last reading of your textbook. That portion I am not going to read it again. How do you read? Full concentration, right? I will tell my telephone number, you are not going to write it down. You will just by heart it. You will keep it in your heart, not in your brain. And I will show you, all of you can by heart a 10-digit number. Only once I will tell and you can by heart it. You have a doubt? Generally it's not easy, right? Is it that easy to by heart 10 numbers just like that when somebody says once? No. But I am not going to tell 944743798 and ask you to repeat it. I am not going to do that. It's very difficult. I am not going to tell you in the style in which I will teach or I will learn or I will make people to learn in that style. So it's not to remember my number, it's to teach you how to learn things. Got it? I am a teacher not of maths or science or physics or English. I am a teacher of learn to learn. What do I teach? Learn to learn. How do you learn? Whichever subject you want, I will tell you how to learn. And this is one example which I will give you. I am going to tell my number once. I will tell the first 3 digits, then 2 digits, then 2 digits, then 3 digits. After 3 digits, I will give you time so that you can recollect it once. Don't write down. Then 2 digits I will tell you. Then you will have to repeat all the 5 digits. Then 2 digits I am going to tell you. So you will have to repeat all 7 digits. Then I will tell you the last 3 digits. You will have to repeat yourself inside. No sounds outside, right? All the 10 digits. I am sure you can. And you will by heart it. Right? I am going to ask random. Do you want that punishment again or you do it yourself without that? You will do it, right? 944 74 948. Finished. 10 digit is over. Now you repeat it again inside you. Tell that to your friends who is sitting beside you. I am sure you could by heart very easily, right? Acharya Padamadate, Padam Shishya Somedaya, Padam Sa Brahmacharibhya, Padam Kalakramenacha. 1/4 learning comes from nice listening. 1/4 you can repeat yourself and learn. 1/4 share it with somebody you will learn. And 1/4 later sometime you will learn. So anything which you read, I have seen students reading English, maths, physics, chemistry and all that like a super fast express. Don't. Each word, each sentence, each paragraph, each chapter, read it very carefully. To read one chapter, you may take maximum 3 hours. But that 3 hours, you finished it and you say 100%, I know this now. Ask me anything from anywhere, I will tell you right. Let it be sentence structure, let it be content, let it be concept, let it be the maths of it, physics of it, anything. I will read once, I will tell you everything about it. Ask me any question, 100% I will get. Will you be able to tell like that? Because generally you read just for reading's sake. You want to finish it. Everybody want to finish. No, finishing is not important. What is important? Learning is important. Now look at the whole textbook. There are 10 chapters. Look at each chapter and say, this I know 80%, this chapter I know only 20%. Therefore, I have to spend 20% time here, 80% time here, and then I am going to finish it today. I am sure each day, now you have 40 days, right? For your exams. You have 10 subjects, so each subject you have 4 days. Now, don't use this 6 hours learning. 8 hours you sleep. Out of 24 hours, 8 hours you are sleeping. How much time you have? 16 hours you have. 6 hours you spend for all the other activities. Taking bath, eating, murmuring, social, thinking, idling, all that you can spend the time. 10 hours can you learn? And if you don't, you are not a student now. Never in your life also. After 10th you want to idle your life? Or after 10th you want to be a good student again? Spend your time now. Don't spend your time. Invest your time. LIFE, life. I have a lot of expansions for life. Life is live in full enjoyment. What's life? No, not for students. Learn in full enjoyment for students. I am sure you can enjoy learning. You know, learning is like climbing on top of the mountain. Each time when you climb on top, you will feel so happy because you are seeing newer and newer places, right? Use the mic. Good boy, he is the smartest. 1 point, that's enough.
Live in full enjoy.
Next.
Life is like climbing on a top of a mountain. So learn in full enjoyment.
Good. Can go back.
Life is an investment for and future earning.
Good.
Drink more water. Drink 3 liters of water while going on bed.
Be a good son or daughter or a good student for your parents and teachers.
Good.
When we want to wake up without anybody calling, drink 2 or 3 liters of water. 15 minutes study and 2 minutes break.
Good.
Take exams without fear.
Take exams without fear. But you have fear. It's okay, but you had.
Yeah.
Good.
Whatever you do, do it with 100% concentration and confidence.
Good.
All the subjects are related to each other.
Keep quiet. Repeat it again.
All the subjects are related to each other.
All the subjects are related to each other. Good.
Learn in full enjoyment.
That's done. Wait there. Another point.
Recollect the subject whatever we learned.
Ask them. Keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
Ask them to clap.
Clap. Recollect the word that you have learned.
Recollect.
Yes.
So that you can tell somebody else. Good.
Share and learn.
Learn and share. Not share. Share and learn is somebody else will tell you and you learn. But instead of that, you learn and share. You also become a teacher. Good.
Drink more water and wake up earlier. Try to wake up earlier.
New point. Already the point is.
Don't say Poda to Brahma. Don't say Poda to Brahma.
Louder.
Don't say Poda to Brahma.
Good.
Exam also are the enjoyable place in our life.
Wait.
Exam also are the enjoyable place in our life.
Exam hall is the enjoyable place. Don't. You are making noise. That's getting recorded.
Enjoy the life with the difficult moments. Study with someone.
Share with someone. Have a company to learn together. Good.
Make notes what you hear.
Make notes. Take notes and make notes. Good.
All subjects are interlinked.
He is like writing to going to exam hall, reading this and that. What is the point?
All subjects are interlinked.
Already she said. Some other point.
Learn, share with others.
Done. Some other point. See, you know what happened? This is what happens to people. Wait. You were all talking to each other. Therefore, you did not listen when somebody else was telling. Even now, this fellow is doing the same. This is your habit. If you don't listen, you will become a buffoon. I told one contract. What was the contract? When somebody else tells, if you don't listen, how do you know what point is covered, what is not covered? So they were eager to prepare, but the conditions were lost. Never. I told you don't talk. I told you don't repeat the points. And you had an opportunity to jump and come. You didn't do that. And you were preparing. It is not who reads a lot becomes the best student. The best student is one who listens. Got it? That's why classrooms, teachers come and tell you. Otherwise, textbook is enough. Got it? Very, very essential to give ear and listen properly. At least listen to yourself. When you read, read once. Hear, listen very carefully. You have any points to say which is not covered?
Wake up at morning without being called by mom.
Yeah, he changed it slightly. Good boy.
Study and learn something that like you are not going to learn it anymore.
Very good. Great.
Make new friends without sharing.
Share and make new friends. Good. They will never forget you.
Sharing is important for learning.
Sharing is important for learning. Good.
8 hours should be spent for sleeping, 6 for other activities, and 10 for studying.
10 hours for study. Good economics.
Study ourselves without forcing of anyone.
It has to come from inside, not by force. Good boy.
Take breaks while studying.
Not breaks alone. Study and take breaks. Good. Rest belongs to the work with no eyelids to the eyes. There is a proverb. Your eyes are very good. Eyelids are to safeguard it. But if you keep it closed all the time, eyes are useless, right? Yeah.
Make question papers.
Make question papers and then share it and ask somebody to write it. Good.
Always make note.
Make a note and take a note. Already said, doesn't matter.
You should share everything without.
Share knowledge. Good. See, again your clapping is not 100%. If you clap, clap 100%. A plus in all subjects. I am seeing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, maybe more than 15. Here it's less. Girls are less confident. I am useless to girls, useful to boys. Good. At least the video. Hold it. That's it. Already recorded. Six, 7, 8, don't adjust, 9, 10.
On behalf of the principal, management, staff and my dear friends of this institution, I would like to deeply thank Dr. T.P. Shashikumar, Executive Director of Sri Narayana Guru College of Engineering and Technology, for sparing his valuable time here and encouraging us all at the crossroads of our lives. And talks with him and for making this day really motivating.